What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of A Therapeutic Edge. Today, on the table in front of us is it's just one of my favorite Kizer knives. This is the Kizer Uprising, and I actually got this knife from Kevin Cleary, who was selling it. I had wanted one. He put this one up for sale, and I jumped on it. I'm really glad that I did. This is a great knife. It is completely functional, and yet nice to look at. There's a nice fat, thick chunk of S35 VN that comes down to this sort of Wharncliffe edge. The tip is nice and strong because of it, but because this is one long, high, flat grind, it is relatively thin behind the edge. This is not super thin, this is not a laser beam, but it is a good working knife. It is comfortable in hand in a way that I didn't really expect. It does have a little bit of it's a sharpening choil, but you can if your fingers were normal size, you could probably choke up a little bit. I don't, because it's a little too narrow for me. The jimping on the blade is useful without being super aggressive. Look, this is just a great work knife. I carry this thing a surprising amount of times throughout the week, particularly if I know I've got some work to do. And you can tell I carry it a lot because I have dropped the deep carry clip on it, because that is how I like to carry my knives. Oops, excuse me, as you can see. This is just, I love this thing. This is a Kim Ning design. It is smooth, it is super functional, and really this is Kizer doing what they do sort of best. Plain titanium, stonewashed blade, running on bearings, S35 VN. This is a great, great knife. Now, a lot of the new Kizers that have come out have been small. Now, I get it. There is a powerful market for that, and I'm all for it, sell to your market. But I love when Kizer does this. A nice, big, fills the hand, work knife that's well made. And boy, did they ever here. So let's see what we're looking at. We have 1, 2, 3, and just about 3.5 inches of cutting surface, which is really nice. The overall knife is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.25 inches long, which means it is going to be a little shorter by about of an inch than our friend here, the Rat Model 1. But what do you get for that? Well, again, you get really good Kizer S35 VN. You get it shaped into a blade that is designed for work, period. There's nothing fancy going on here, right? This plunge grind stops. The plunge stops here, then you've got a little bit of roll, and then you've got the edge, which makes sharpening this thing an absolute joy. There's nothing to interfere with it. There is nothing to interfere with the cut line. Pushing this thing through cardboard or other media that you need to cut is super easy for that. Now, there are a couple of areas where this is not spectacular. One of them is that edge right there. Now, because this is mine, I've actually rounded that. I did it with a Dremel, and it looks like crap, but I don't care. This knife's not going anywhere. I took the edge off because it was sharp. It really was. That is one of those moments in design that they just kind of went, eh. But look, these are not super expensive knives. In the world of expensive knives, at least, this is not an expensive knife. I love this thing. If you are looking for a titanium and S35 VN work knife that's got a fair amount of style to it, the Uprising is an excellent way to go. It is smooth. Little bit of wiggle and it drops shut. I really enjoy this thing. I really do. And I think you will too. Now, it's an older knife, and that's an advantage. As they come out with new knives, they start to push their new stuff. Look for sales. Look for discounts. You will find this at a pretty good and reasonable rate. You can also find these on the secondary market for around $100. And as far as I'm concerned, that is a total win. That's what I did. That's how I got this one. Anyway, this is the Kizer Uprising. It is a Kim Ning design. It is S35 VN and titanium. It is comfortable in hand and comfortable to use. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I've enjoyed doing it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down in the comments. Feel free to like and subscribe. I'd love to have you back for more videos. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.